Hey, I'm Kara McIvor of the Healer Spot here in Davidson, Saskatchewan, and it is a beautiful fall-y feeling day. It's actually September, and there is thunder, which is amazing. And it really, thunder is so cleansing, and it really makes me want to talk to you all about energy healing. As you may or may not know, we are all made up of energy. Our thoughts are energy, our emotions are energy, everything is energy, and we are all interconnected like a spider web throughout the entire universe. And you always hear that, oh, we are all one, but what does that really mean? Well, as energetic beings, the trees are everything. We're all interconnected energetically. And we are a lot more psychic than we realize, meaning since we're all like a part of this big energetic spider web, we are able to perceive and pick up on all these different energies all around us. And then we buy them as our own. Yes, that's how psychic we are. We pick up on energies around us and we buy them as our own. Have you ever been in a really good mood 1 minute and then the very next minute you're in a terrible mood and then you go into judgment and what's wrong with me, and you try to find this wrongness of you, and then what happens when you go looking for something? You find it. And if you make these things that you pick up on significant, you solidify them into your life. So, as energetic beings, we have many layers of energy. The closest to us is physical, and then emotional, where we store emotional stuff, mental, and then many spiritual layers. Well, when we pick up on all these energies around us and we buy them as ours, they're sitting in our energy field. And the more we buy it as our own, and the more significant we make something, it starts creeping in closer and closer to us. This is just the simplest way I know how to describe it. So if these points of views and all, these judgments and all these different things that we're picking up around us, if these stay in our energy field and they go undetected and they aren't ever cleared out, eventually they will physically manifest into our life as aches and pains, like physical stuff, terrible things like cancer, emotional stuff, mental stuff like mental illness. All these things happen because we pick up on all this energy around us. We buy it as ours, and eventually it physically manifests into our life. So, how can we prevent stuff from physically manifesting into our lives? The simplest thing we can do is to be aware of the energy that is all around us. We are energy. We can, scan our own energy fields. We can become aware of the energy that's in our homes, and instead of being picking up on an energy and being all doom and gloom and, oh my God, all of a sudden I'm in a bad mood and now I'm a shitty person for that and I'm just so negative and whatever, and then you buy it as your own. Instead of doing that, we can start to become more aware of the energy that's around us. So you're in a good mood 1 minute and the next minute you're like, oh, I'm all worried and full of anxiety and stuff. Wait a minute. Who does this belong to? Is this actually mine? I mean, I was just in a good mood and now all of a sudden I'm not in a good mood. Who does this belong to? And we can actually just let that pass on by. Like, you think of trees in nature. You don't have to clear energy for the most part out in nature because nature just is. A tree just is a tree. And it picks up on all these other energies too that are floating around and passing through, but it just does just that. It lets it pass on through. It doesn't buy it as is and make it solid in its life, right? So the road to awareness is like training new muscles, though. We've bought different points of views for so long that, how do I want to explain this? Anyways, basically, we're training new muscles to become more aware of the energy around us. And this takes practice, just like anything else. So what can you do on this road to awareness? Getting an energy healing session is one of the best things you can do truly for yourself. And space clearing. Clearing the lower energies from your house and from your body's energy field and from your workspace and whatnot. Because let's face it, we aren't going to be aware all the time. So when we can't just recognize something and let it roll off of us, we can come back, later and clear it out with Reiki healing, with crystal healing, with different herbs that you would smudge your house with. There's so many ways you can clear yourself, and you can clear these energies out of your own body and house, or, on your own through things like singing bowls. Singing bowls, that sound vibration is going to clear these lower energies out. Like I was saying, incense and healing herbs like white sage and Palo Santo, and different kinds of herbs that you can waft the smoke through the air with the intention of clearing out all these lower energies, these points of views. Listening to music and, even clapping your hands. And rose water is really good because it's got this really high vibrational energy. So there's tons of ways that you can clear your own energy field and your house's energy field. You can do this daily. It's so important. It's truly one of the easiest things you can do to prevent all these horrible illnesses that we make solid in our lives. So please become aware of the energy that is around you and blast it out of there, because this is kind of what happens when you aren't aware of all these points of views that you're buying as your own. So, that point of view, that's mine, and you put it here. And then you start building up. It's like this wall of all these points of views that you buy and you think they're yours. And then all of a sudden you're like, I'm trapped. Well, I can't do that. And I just feel stuck and I can't. No, this is my life. This is what I have to do for the rest of my life. I'm just stuck here because these are mine. All this stuff is mine, and that's just the way it is. Do you want to live that way? What if you just became aware of those points of views? Or if you need help, come for a healing session and get a space clearing, and we can start knocking down all those points of views and all those walls of crappy lies and judgments and everything else you've bought as your own. And let's start blasting that stuff out of there. Because what happens every time you are aware of a point of view and you're like, no, that's not mine? Expansion. Little bricks of these walls, this wall that you've built around, obviously unconsciously, subconsciously, I can't think of the word. Anyways, every point of view is like a brick in that wall you've built around you. And when you become aware, or you energetically just knock that brick out of that wall, or knock a big section out of that wall, expansion, opportunity, choice, awareness of choice. I can do whatever I want, actually. I can expand past this wall of lies and do whatever I want. So now I'm rambling. Anyways, the point is of this video the point I want to make is energy awareness. Just becoming aware that you are energy, we are energy, we are all connected, and we pick up on and perceive all the energy that is around us all the time. You are so much more gifted than you realize. You are psychic. You pick up on all these energies around you. What if you could start recognizing these energies and just be like, well, that's an interesting point of view. And start to clear these out and start to clear your home and just become aware. And I would love for you to come for a healing session. And I would love to come and assess the energy in your house and just clear that out for you. What will be beneficial to clear out anyways. And so enjoy, if you are in Davidson, enjoy the thunder showers that we're having, and have a great day. Bye.